Hi, Sarah Martin. My theme in social studies big idea is the study of people, places, and environments enables us to understand the relationship between human population and the physical world. The first book I chose was We Are All Born Free. This talks about how everyone is born to the same rules and laws. There's no new rules or laws for anyone different. I chose this book because I felt it showed that people's places and environments are all the same, and how the human population and the physical world work together. The second book that I chose was The Man That Walked Between Two Towers. This book is about a man named Felipe who is a street performer. He chose one day, his dream was to walk between the Twin Towers in New York City, the World Trade Center, and that he knew that he couldn't do that, so he disguised himself and secretly went to the top of the towers at night, was able to string his tightrope across with the help of his friends, and he walked between the two towers. He was arrested, he was sentenced, but he showed that his dream was to do something, and he persevered to do that, knowing that there was going to be a consequence. I chose this book because I felt as Felipe was up in the sky, he shared that he felt at peace and free, that he was with the towers as they were breathing, and the birds were flying above him and below him, and that he was connected with the population himself and the physical world. I also chose A Boy and a Jaguar. This is a book about a boy with a stutter. He's able to go to the Bronx Zoo and speak to the jaguar. He's able to grow up after feeling broken. His teachers told him it didn't amount to anything and that he was a disruptance to the class and the school, but he was able to grow up and become an advocate for these jaguars and live at peace with them in their jungle. I chose this book to go right along with the fact that the jaguar and the boy are able to live in the jungle together, people, place, environment, and the human population has a connection to the physical world. Lastly, I chose Flashlight. This is a wordless book. So the person reading the book, the reader, is able to kind of come up with their own storyline. You have to use your imagination to read a story like this. If I was choosing to read this in a small group, I would certainly guide the students to what I think is happening in the story, but I would also ask them at the end, what would you think was happening in this book? Would you change how I felt about the story? Did the story make you feel different? This boy is in the woods. He has his flashlight. He's shining them on all the different animals. He trips and falls, loses his flashlight. A raccoon has the flashlight, is able to guide the boy back. He hangs out with all the animals, and they lead him back to his tent where he is reading a book. Again, people, place, environment, human population, and the physical world. I just really felt like all of these books together fit together to create a set. I'm going to share with you this beautiful picture in the poem. And the poem is called Make the Earth Your Companion. Make the earth your companion. Walk lightly on it, as other creatures do. Let the sky paint your beauty. See, she is always watching over you. Learn from the sea how to face harsh forces. Let the river remind you that everything will pass. Let the lake instruct you in stillness. Let the mountain teach you grandeur. Make the woodland your house of peace. Make the rainforest your house of hope. Make the wetland a twilight ground. Save some small piece of grassland for red kite, and on a windy day, watch the ice caps glisten with crystal magic. Hear the desert whisper, hush to eternity. Let the town weave a small basket of togetherness. Make the earth your companion. Walk lightly on it, as other creatures do. J. Patrick Lewis.